Hi, and welcome to the first episode of the Jess and Jess podcast.
I'm Jess Finney.
And I'm Jessie Beck.
This podcast is for all of your Honors College related questions that you don't know who to ask or you're just too afraid to ask yourself.
To send in your questions, you can send them using the SurveyMonkey, and the link is found in the description below.
Today's podcast covers all things related to study abroad. We have a little bit of experience in this because we both went on the Germany Beyond the Classroom trip this past May.
And based on our experiences and your input, this podcast is going to cover any questions you might have about study abroad.
About study abroad, Jessie interviewed Mr. Lucien.
Thank you for being here, Mr. Lucien.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So to begin with, do you want to give just a general overview of the honors programs we have this semester?
So we have a May Dominican Republic service break trip, and we're really excited about that. It's going to allow students the opportunity to shadow and volunteer in a healthcare setting. So to start off with our courses, we have Germany Beyond the Classroom, Argentina, and Peru. Those three programs are course-based programs that students will sign up for and then be able to travel at the end of the spring semester. We also have our London summer program. Great opportunity to learn about Britishness with Dr. Adams, to 6 credits of USF credits. And that program is designed for students that want to complete their summer hours or kind of get ahead for the next semester. We have our St. Lucia program. That's a leadership program where students will go and run a leadership academy in St. Lucia, taught by Dr. Cheryl Rodriguez. And last but not least, we have a program sponsored by Dr. Tony Urban, and that program will go to Australia. And that program is designed to actually allow students to do internships in Australia.
What's the difference between an honors study abroad program and just a general USF study abroad program?
All right, so an honors study abroad program, I personally feel is one of the best ways to go abroad, because if it's a course-based program, during the spring semester, you get to know everyone in your course, you get to know your faculty, your classmates, and you travel as a group to that respective country. Our summer programs. So London is very similar in that you will have a cohort of students with you, but they're with you throughout the 4 weeks in London. For our St. Lucia program, as well as our program to Australia, students will have the opportunity to obviously be a part of a course, but they'll also have an immersion experience with that same group.
The first step for honor students in finding out more information or for applying for any of the programs?
So first step is to ask questions. Ask your academic advisor in honors questions, if you have any, about each of the programs. We handle our own registration process, so you'll apply through Education Abroad's website for all of our programs, but then the honors faculty and staff will go through and process your selection. We will help kind of not only educate, but empower you to know exactly what to do, as well as what to be prepared for the experience of travel.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Lucien.
Thank you for having me.
So for our first podcast, we have an exclusive look into the brand new Fall of 2017 program for semester study abroad in London.
So during the semester, you'll be taking 4 Honors College courses. If you have already taken Acquisition of Knowledge and then you go on this trip, you will finish all of your honors curriculum coursework that you have to have before you graduate. For the first 7 weeks, you take 2 courses, and then the second set of weeks, you take the other 2. Your USF tuition rates will apply to these courses, and you can also use your USF scholarships and Honors College scholarships towards them.
And for more information on the program, we have an exclusive interview with the head of the program, Dr. Gordon.
So this is fall 2017, and it's an entire semester in London with me teaching all 4 courses. The other large theme is belonging. Basically is the development of a game. So we work together and we immerse ourselves in a responding to the future game. So if we're going to use rhetoric like magic to practice political rhetoric to somehow constitute spaces of belonging, then could we imagine a future where borders don't exist, where political, social, and natural upheaval have made our typical ways of thinking impossible? How do we then belong? What kinds of communities do we form? And it's set up in a way that it's kind of a living and learning center situation. So classes are in the same space as where we're living, and that living and learning center space is also very, very hip and cosmopolitan. It's in a fascinating part of town, and it has students from all over the place. So it's something of a study abroad, but a little different.
For more information, you can check the Honors LLC Canvas page, the Education Abroad website, the Honor Roll, or make an appointment with your Honors College advisor. Deadlines for all the trips can be found in the description below. Thanks for joining us for the first episode of the Jess and Jess podcast.
Make sure you send us in your questions, and we'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye and go Bulls!